In the heart of this vast, untamed land, we forge a life off the grid. The air bites with the sharp chill as the frost clings to the earth. Here, every task carries the weight of survival, and today we're embarking on a journey of hope, installing an instant hot water system, second-hand and 3 decades old. We hope that it'll bring warmth to our bones as the nights grow colder. So the copper pipes have been added to the hot water system that's been installed to the shed wall. And so we've just got to move these blue filters here over to the hot water system side of the shed wall as well. So we've got a Rinnai Infinity 18, which is a continuous hot water system.
So I've just put in water filters to the cold water going into the hot water service. Mm-hmm. So this is a odour filter.
So this hot water system uses gas and electricity to function. The electricity is for the pilot light and the gas is to heat the water.
And this is a sediment filter. However, they say with water tanks you should use a pleated one, which we've got inside a pleated sediment filter, but this one's a polyspun filter. They still work all right, but they say because you get bigger microns of parts out of your rainwater tank that you should use a bigger the pleated one, which is a 5 micron. But this so this is a polyspun one, so it just gets rid of all the sediment before it gets to the shower.
So now, as long as we have power, gas and water in the tank, we will always have instant hot water.
So the idea is cold water goes in, goes on the outside of the filter. Then as water soaks through the filter, it stops the sediment getting through. Then on the inside of the filter is where the water flows up and into this one, which flows to the outside, captures the odour and other bits and pieces and flows out into the hot water service. So over here is a dirty one, so you can see. So if it's sitting there, water goes in and around the outside. So the outside of the filter catches all the sediment, and you can see it's discoloured, it's not white. But you can see in the middle, it's still got white, so that filter could have still probably lasted another month or two at least. And the clean water filters through here and into the other one. Now I see the bottom, it's getting a bit closer. So it may not have lasted that long. So there you go. So, but and then I was thinking maybe we put a tap. Normally wouldn't put a tap that high, but it's the purlin runs through there. So that means I can screw in hard, nice and hard to it, so a tap would be alright there. And then that would give us, if we got a bigger hose, it would then give us water at both ends of the shed.
For nearly 3 years, we've lived with the rhythm of boiling kettles and buckets, waiting patiently for water to heat. This small luxury of instant warmth or instant hot water is a gift that we once took for granted when we were living in regular houses. And we have a few other chores that we need to get done today. While I tend to the chickens, Paul wrestles with the green loo, an off-grid reality rarely spoken of. The composting toilet requires care, draining and resting before its contents can nourish our land. It's a chore not for the faint of heart, but one that connects us to the earth in the most intimate of ways. And our faithful dog, Truffles, ever curious, sometimes forgets her place, chasing the chickens instead of protecting them. Paul has just rinsed out the empty green loo container with a hose, then prepares it anew. The cycle continues, one task leading into another, each essential to our survival. And we cover the bottom of the green loo with wood shavings. We used to use hemp shavings, but it got too expensive. You can also use peat moss, but we use the wood shavings for the animal bedding as well. You probably should use face protection as well, just in case. Our green loo doesn't smell at all. Once you've set it up correctly, it doesn't have a smell. So once the green loo is completely full, then we need to remove it from underneath the floor of the outhouse. And so we need to remove it from the chute that comes down from the toilet. And then we need to put a lid on it, and we just remove it and set it aside to let it to continue to compost. And then we just replace it with one of our empty and pre-prepared green loo bins. And at the end of the composting process, the microbes have broken down the waste into humus, a soil-like substance with an earthy odour. We empty the green loo into the compost heap, the circle of life ever turning. It will rest and transform, becoming rich soil to nurture our fruit trees. But we tread carefully, knowing this compost, though valuable, is not meant for our herbs and vegetables. Each morning the chickens cluck and scratch. Their routine is a comforting constant in our ever-changing world. We've let them out to free range today. They rely on us, and in return they give us sustenance. Their eggs, a daily gift.
The bottom of a poo bucket.
So you're meant to add the green loo composting starter after 5 days of using the toilet. So you're meant to add this green loo compost starter, which is made from all natural beneficial microbes and citrus extracts. It's especially formulated for composting toilets, and its function is to initiate the composting of organic waste in the toilet. And when you remove the compost bin and set it aside to compost, you're meant to add another packet of this compost starter with 2 cups of warm water. You pour it onto the compost and you let it drain. So now our toilet's all fresh and ready to use again. And Paul's built a bracket to hold the gas bottle for the hot water system. It's going to be exciting tonight to turn on the taps in the shower and be able to adjust the temperature to my liking for the first time. So you can get proper copper pipe insulation called lagging, but we've just used like a insulated tape at the moment because we don't have enough money to get all the proper lagging.
So that's your cold and hot water. So I just need to bring it across and then into the bathroom.
The pipe into the hot water service is leaking, so Paul just needs to tighten it up.
Is that one not big enough either? No. Do that there. Then we'll bring it down. Well, that one. That's about 300.
We're also installing a new shower head and also taps so that we can control the temperature in our shower. How civilized! And so this is the hot water going into the kitchen sink as well so that we can do the dishes. So as I mentioned before, we used some insulation tape, but we also found these old pool noodles that we had used for another project. So we're using those for a bit of insulation as well.
It's got a groove cut and you just clip it on. That's how it should be. But
And we also installed a tap here on this side of the shed, so it's now we've got water access on both sides of the shed, which might be useful when the fires come through. When the hot water instantly flows out from the tap, it's a triumph, a simple act transformed into a moment of pure joy. And we've got some poisonous mushrooms now growing around our outhouse.
Did you know, Truffles, you have a brother and he's the same age as you? Yeah. But you're not listening properly, puppy. Now listen. Did you know sit. Did you know that trombones make a really loud noise? Yeah, and sometimes what they do is you go and what you've got to understand is that I've been building and doing lots of plumbing today, and so it's all fixed now, but we haven't quite fixed the bathroom properly.
She's bored of that conversation.
Yeah.
Truffles, do you want a bone? A bone? Do you want a bone? Who is it? There is a joy in watching our chickens roam free, exploring the land with a sense of adventure. They forage and scratch, their little dance a testament to their freedom. Their happiness mirrors our own, as we too find contentment in the simple, unrestrained life we lead here. But as the sun sets, it's time to put our chickens back to their safety, and our dog is not being very helpful with that. And there are like black and white or grey and white feathers all over the grass.
Stop.
Truffles chases the chicken, stirring up a flurry of feathers. Got it.
Okay, you ready?
And today she's actually caught a pigeon, a messy victory that reminds us of the rawness of nature. Oh, puppy. Show me, puppy. Oh, I don't know if Oh, she just ripped its leg off.
Yep.
Show me.
Stop it. Little chicken.
That's a pigeon, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a pigeon.
It's a bit gross.
Yeah, so there's one here and she caught it. Got a pigeon puppy. Ready?
So I'm a bit worried now that she might think it's totally okay to catch and kill chickens or birds. With the day's work done, we sit by the fire, a roast pigeon. Just kidding, it's roast lamb. Filling the air with its savoury promise, we rest, knowing that tomorrow brings new challenges. We're insulating the shed tomorrow and mounting solar panels on the roof. Each day demands our energy, but also gives back in quiet moments of satisfaction. Oh my gosh, what luxury. A hot shower with instant hot water and hot and cold taps. In this remote corner of Australia, we've carved out a life where every act, no matter how small, is a testament to our resilience and our dream. Stay wild, and I'll chat to you next time.